back to my channel. It's your girl Chelsea. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by and thank you for watching my video. I know I've been MIA, but it's for obvious reasons. If you haven't watched my last video, we just moved into a new home and it's been really busy and stressful. But I'm back. Your girl is back. So if you're new to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, press the like and drop me a comment. So today I'm going to be talking about topics most parents do not discuss with their children. Please just excuse the noise. My son is the one screaming. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about topics most parents do not discuss with their children. And I'm going to be talking about 2 points. And when I really sat and I reflected, I was like, this is really important. These are 2 important points most parents do not discuss with their children. And most teachers do not teach in school. So it's really important. If you're a parent, even if you're not a parent, like, just educate yourself, because we have to educate ourselves before we can educate others. So just tell somebody, tell a parent, tell your friend, it doesn't matter, just share this information. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is sex education. Like, this is very important. And being a Cameroonian, being an African, this is like a taboo for most African parents to talk about. Like, I really don't know why, but they feel like if they tell their kids about, maybe like, if they educate their children on sex, then they're going to want to indulge in sexual activities. But this is 21st century. If you think your 8-year-old does not know about love or kissing, then I don't know where you're from. Like, I don't know what you're thinking, because this is a whole nother century and this is another generation. Like, you have to educate your kids, because as the adage says, what you don't teach your kids, another person is going to teach them, and is going to teach them what benefits them. So with that being said, another person is going to teach them the wrong thing and they're going to think that is the right thing. Ignorance is not an excuse. Don't let your kids go into the world being ignorant. Let them have the knowledge and then decide what to do with it. Then that's going to be better. Education is the best teacher. We send our kids to school, they learn about English, maths, other courses, geography, history, and so on, but they hardly teach them about sex education, which is a very important topic. Which is a very important topic because you will need it as you grow up. It is something that is part of life. You cannot escape from it. Like, it's just part of life. These are important things we need to talk about with our kids. We need to talk about with our family members. We need to talk about with our siblings, our cousins, and let's not be scared to talk about things that are a necessity. We try to shy away and escape from certain things. I remember back in the day, some parents, I mean, my mom never told me this, but my friends have told me that their parents told them, if you sit on the same bed with a guy, you're going to get pregnant. Like, that's crazy. They just try to scare them. They think that scaring you away from the truth is going to, like, you're going to figure out the truth one way or the other. We're going to eventually grow up. As I earlier said, this is the 21st century. There's social media, there's the internet. Like, anybody can search anything they want on the internet. So be the first person to educate your kids. Be your kids' first teacher. Do not give the responsibility to other people. Do not leave all the responsibility do not leave all the responsibilities for the teachers in school or for the pastor. You have to be your kids' first teacher. You have to educate them on what is right. So, like, for example, most of our kids don't even know about menstruation till they start menstruating. Like, that is not right. That is something they are supposed to have been educated on, to know how to use the right pad, to know how to take care of themselves when they're menstruating, to know the changes that come with menstruation, like increase in hip size, the softening of the voice, the increase in breast enlargement, and all those kind of things. And know that at that moment they are going to be so attractive to the opposite sex or even the same sex. So you need to educate your kids. You need to let your kids know about this, so that when they start menstruating, they should not be shy and be surprised, like they did not know that this was supposed to happen. Most importantly, you have to let them know that now, at this moment, they are fertile. They can have kids, okay? They can have STDs. Let them know about STD, sexual transmitted diseases. I watch Paternity Court a lot, and in fact, Paternity Court, I find it so hilarious. But it's so funny that in this time and in this generation, we still hear people saying things like, I just had sex with him one time. I don't think I can get pregnant. Or a guy refusing a baby because it's like, I just had sex with her one time. How can I get her pregnant? Are you
Serious? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Like,
like, it doesn't take you to have sex twice or more than once for you to be able to produce a kid. It just takes once. For the responsibilities that come with it, then you don't indulge in such activities, in such sexual activities. And even some people will be like, I just had oral sex. How can I have an STD? There is something like oral thrush. Like there are many STDs that you don't even need to engage in sex itself or copulation itself before you can have the STDs. You don't have to necessarily be penetration before you can develop an STD or before you can even get pregnant because there's something such as pre-com. So those are things that you have to let your kids know so that when they are making a decision, when they decide to involve themselves in a sexual activity, they should know the consequences that come with it. It should not be an ignorant decision. They should not be like, I did not know I was going to get pregnant. They should know that if I'm indulging in this sexual activity, then there's a possibility that I can get pregnant. There's a possibility that I can have an STD. As I always say, give them the education and let them decide what to do with it. The important thing is letting your children know about God. Let them respect Him and also respect you. And just tell them that abstinence is the best way and fornication is the same. There are condoms, there are contraceptives, all forms of contraceptives, IUDs, Nexplanon, like there are even after pills that you can take after engaging in sexual activities. Like let them know about this. Let them not don't bring a baby into this world because you were ignorant of these things. Because you know, like who doesn't know about condom now? Like they give it everywhere, they give it in the hospitals, it's for free. But yet some people don't use it. Even some people don't use something that is even for free. Oh my goodness, I watched Paternity Court one day, and this lady said she literally got pregnant because the guy said he was about to grab the condom, which was like 2 feet away from the bed, but the lady stopped him. And when the judge asked her, why did you stop him, she was like, I was so much in the mood. I did not want to disrupt the mood. I did not want to. Are you serious? So you brought a kid into this world because you were in the mood, and because of condom that was 2 feet away, you brought a kid into this world. Like you don't even know the responsibilities that come with having children or having a child. Like it's so much responsibility, and you have to be ready before you bring a kid into this world. You have to be ready mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, for you to be able to take care of another kid, or for you to be able to impact the knowledge on another baby. So do not do things out of ignorance. Be educated so that you can educate your kids, so that you can educate your family members, so that you can educate your friends of the moment, as they say. Because when the consequences come, especially for the women, you're the one that's going to get pregnant, you're the one that's going to carry the baby, you're the one that's going to have the responsibilities. You cannot run away from your kid. The guy can be in his own corner, he can escape and all that kind of stuff, but you're going to be stuck with the baby. So let your no be your no when you're making your decision. And if a guy tries to approach you and wants you to involve in a sexual activity that you don't want, or doesn't want to use protection, let your no be your no, because at the end of the day the responsibility is going to fall more on you. Also, we forget to educate our guys about puberty, like the sexual urges they start having. They start indulging in masturbation, watching pornography. Like pornography, that's another topic for another day. They start having wet dreams, they start having deep voice, they start having beards, and they start becoming attractive and all that kind of stuff. We have to educate our boys on all that. Like in this generation, I keep saying in this generation because this is the generation we are in now. In this generation, like our kids are very vulnerable. There's a lot of peer pressure. There's a lot of social pressure. The internet is spreading all kind of fake information. That if you don't give them the information, they're going to get it from the internet. Nowadays, kids 5 years old, they go to YouTube, they go to Google, and this. The internet is very open. Like there is pornography videos on Google for free. Like for free. If you think you're not telling them about it, it's protecting them. That's a lie. Telling them about it is instead shielding them and knowing that this is what is wrong. This is out there because they're eventually going to see it. Whether you like it or not, they're eventually going to see it. They're eventually going to stumble into pornography. To be talking about is my favorite topic right now. Financial education. Like if you need money to be able to survive. They say money is the root of all evil. You need money to be able to survive. So you need to have a good financial education for you to be able to pass it on to your kids. You don't need to necessarily go to you don't need to necessarily go to school to know about finances. There's so many books, there's so many podcasts on finances, there's a lot of YouTube videos on finances. Like there's everything is for free right now in the internet. Like everything is for free. You just have to know how to use it. Like read books, watch podcasts, watch YouTube videos, go to conferences and talk about and listen to people that have made it in the financial industry. Like what did they do? How did they get rich? How did they build finance? How did they build generational wealth? You want to build generational wealth, and how does the generational wealth continue? If you pass it on to your kids and your kid is not financially stable or not financially educated, then it's going to break the cycle. If you want the cycle to continue, then you need to educate them so that they will then educate their kids, and therefore the generational wealth is going to continue. They don't teach you about how to save, about how to invest, how to budget. Like everything is just left for you to figure it out on your own. And unfortunately, if they've already gotten older, when they've already made so many mistakes, even if you're old and you've made so many mistakes, tell your children the mistake that you made so that they're not going to make those mistakes. Many people don't know about finances. Even some of our parents don't know how to budget. They don't know how to save. They don't know how to invest. So this is something that has been affecting a lot of people, especially our African generation. Not just African generation. I think it's affecting everybody in the whole world. So if you want to teach your kids about finances or teach yourself, because even me, I'm still learning about financial education. This is something that I'm trying to really gain a lot of knowledge about it. I'm reading books about finances because I'm still trying to keep my own finances straight. It's not really okay. So buy your kids books. When I talk about kids, maybe if you have a child going to university, or even if you're small toddlers, if you have small kids, 5 years old, 6 years old, teach them how to save. How can you do that? You can give them like a piggy bank every day, or if someday they do something good, you give them like a dime or $1 or 100 francs, whatever. Let them save it and tell them that they should save it to get something big. Maybe like, I'm going to buy you a bicycle, but you have to contribute. Every day they're going to save that money. And at the end, when you get to buy them that bicycle and then they contributed to it, that is already a way of saving. You're impacting them, you're giving them knowledge on finances without even knowing. They already learn how to save at a young age. Some kids, I'm very impressed with like kids that are still like maybe still in middle school and they start selling stuff, maybe lemonade, and you're already giving them an entrepreneur spirit, because entrepreneurship is the way to go right now. You want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a boss babe, you want to be a boss lady, and you want your kid to be a boss baby. So impact them with the necessary knowledge, teach them how to save, teach them how to budget, teach them how, and most especially, teach them how to invest. Let your kids see how hardworking you are. You cannot expect your kids to be hardworking if you're lazy. Like, let them know how hard it is to work for money. Money is not easy. Like, trust me, even the rich people out there, you think that, oh, that's just my son. The rich people out there, you think that they just made money. Like, I mean, some people are lucky, but how many percent of people are lucky? Just like 2% are lucky, while 98% of billionaires worked for their money. So if you want to make generational wealth, you have to be very hardworking. Let them see how hardworking you are. Let them see you save. Let them see you budget. Bring them into your finances. Tell them, this is what I buy, this is what I buy every month. This is how I budget for the house. Send them to the grocery store for them to go do grocery. Let them make the list themselves and put the amount. I remember my mom used to send me to the market with like 10,000 pounds. And she'd be like, we have to cook a pot of arrow. Come on, let's make a list. And then she'd be like, arrow for 1 5 this. That is the way to teach you how to budget. Because you're going to budget to cook a pot of arrow with 10,000 pounds. So those small activities that you do with them, it kind of impacts them in a way that you don't know. It helps them. It's going to help them in the future when they grow. I'm sorry about that. My son was crying, so I had to go stop him. So, as I was saying, the biggest lessons I learned from my parents is how hardworking they were. Every day, I'm still learning. Like I got some bad habits too. I'm a little bit of a spender, not much of a spender, but I really did not know how to save and budget till I got married, and my husband is a big saver and budgeter, so I kind of learned that from him. And I'm sorry, daddy, but I learned how not to budget and how not to save from you. Like my dad would give me like a lot of pocket money, and then whenever it gets finished, he would give me more. Whenever I wanted anything, I just go get it because I know when the money is finished, he will get his my dad is going to give me more. I don't even used to track my financial. I don't even used to track my spendings. I don't used to budget for nothing. Nothing. I just know that when the money finishes, I'm just gonna call my dad and he's going to send me more. But that's not him trying to like impact the wrong thing on me. It was just like a way of him being a good father and him trying to give me everything that I wanted so that I'm going to be financially okay. I'm going to be comfortable. But I agree with people like with rich parents nowadays, like Tamara Mori. She was like, I'm not going to give my kids my money till they get to 30. Let them be able to work for their own money. And that is so true. And I kind of like how the work ethic people kids have nowadays at the age of 18, they're working for themselves, they're paying the bills for themselves. Let them know how it is to work for money. Because when you keep giving, say when you feed a child so much, the child will not know how to feed himself. So when you keep giving the child so much money, the child will not know how to work hard for the money. The child will not know how to appreciate that money because the child doesn't know how it is to make money and how hard it is to make that money. I learned from my dad is I love reading books. As I said, he had a library in his he had a library in our house, and he had some really nice books there. I always love to go read books, and I just developed the spirit of reading. Like you really have to develop a spirit of reading. Encourage your children to read. Like there is nothing like too much education. Learning is always good. It's always good to learn something new. So, and how do you learn that? The most important way to learn that is by reading books, by watching videos. But I feel like a better way for you to grasp things is like reading books when you're in your own confinement, when you're in your own space, quiet, and you're able to read a book and really understand. Oh, those good olden days. I remember when I was in Form 2, I used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go read. And everybody was like, upper systems were like, why are you waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning? You don't even have anything to read. But I already just loved reading so much. It was just part of me. And that year, I was second in my class. And then I never ever read again like that. And I never ever took second again. So I'm just telling you that the importance of reading. Reading will help you. Don't think that I'm not going to read and I'm going to pass. Like I know some people have natural IQ, but you can increase that natural IQ by still reading. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. Thank you guys again for watching my video and just come back for more. This is what you're going to be getting on a regular basis here. So if you want to see more content like this, tell me in the comment section like what video you like to see me post often. And I'm just kind of diverse and out there. I'm also going to be doing some home decor videos very soon, like when I get everything settled and arranged. So thank you guys again for watching my video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell beside the subscribe button, so whenever I post a video, you're going to be the first to be notified. And also drop me a like and leave me a comment. Thank you guys very much, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.